Welcome to Bifocal Naturalist. Our guest today is Deepa Soman. Deepa is a people's person and she helps women to re enter the workforce after a break to look after their families. She supports them to navigate the challenges of rejoining the workforce. So, today we will hear all about her garden and the wisdom of the garden to face change and challenges. I met Deepa 2 decades ago at my boutique, Roots, and we bonded over the Barbados cherry. Roots Boutique was a place where my husband Sundaraj and I would spend our evenings after work, healing and connecting with people and plants. It was a refuge for us all, and it was a place where we met many interesting people like Deepa. So let's listen to Deepa and see her lovely garden, how she nurtures and tends it. Thank you.
I'm Deepa Soman and I'm telling you how I started my gardening journey. My gardening journey was because of one Ixora plant gifted by my father-in-law when we were newlyweds in our own home. And receiving that potted plant in the house, tending to it, watching it thrive, watching it not so well, brought out this facet, this love for nature. We then moved to Bangalore, and then I had graduated to having almost 150 potted plants in those two verandas that we had. Occasionally many of these would come inside, and they were almost like my kids. I didn't have kids at that time. As luck would have it, we moved to Jamaica for 3 years and lived in a lovely home. One of the homes especially had a lawn, and there was this tree that would have hosts of birds coming in. And I got exposed to birds, butterflies, especially the hummingbirds that would come invariably for nectar, and it was a source of great joy and delight. While I didn't actively do any gardening there, I was more into appreciating, and that's also a facet I discovered. You don't necessarily have to own everything or do everything, but be able to enjoy and appreciate. Our neighbors used to have this huge avocado tree, so we enjoyed avocados that she would give us, and of course the guacamole followed from there. In 1996, when we moved to Nerul, it was just getting developed. The plants, the trees hadn't come in, and I remember a feeling of being very parched, thirsty. It was just very bare. And one chance trip to Vashi, I chanced upon Ruth's nursery, Vijaya Chakravarti's nursery. We got talking, we met, I bought some potted plants and discovered some common connections in Xavier's College. And when I told her about Jamaica, she pointed me to the Barbados cherry tree that is there in the other house. And she said, that's your remembrance from the West Indies, maybe you should take the Barbados cherry tree. And the Barbados cherry tree has given so much joy to passing school kids, bulbuls who have feasted on it. And we, of course, from our kitchen seat would enjoy watching the birds enjoy, just partake of the fruit. I've grown, over the years it's also about doing a lot of things sustainably. So we've always tried to separate our wet waste, compost it. As you can see, there is some stuff drying over here that we have been trying to do. But today I'm not spending as much of time as I can. Years ago, we also went on a butterfly trail, and that's when I also started to put a lot of milkweed and lantana. You can see some of the milkweed over here. And of course, I love roses. We don't have too many of them, and hibiscus. Many of these, like for example, some of these have been really old. These bougainvilleas probably more than 20 years old. So you'll see a mix of old plants. There's lemongrass and there's haldi there's aloe, and there is, you will see the mogra. It's not flowering. I love the adenium over here and the canna. The little potted plants, the succulents, and I think all in all for me, just coming up here, sitting over there on the seats, the birds that are there around, getting my binoculars. When I came up today, there were like all of the butterflies so early already. So the garden for me is a source of just unwinding, space, uh, peace, and I think it gives me a sense of fullness of soul. And I don't think today, of course, Nerul, if you see all around, we have so much of greenery. We've come really a long way. There are about 10 gardens and parks just around this. So things are changing, but gardens to me are my lifeline. Thank you. So I brought you to this space in Miras where we lived for the first maybe 12 odd years and did so much of gardening in this place. You will notice a repurposed bathtub over here that used to have this pomegranate that would sleep a lot. Before that, I had like a whole tub filled with water cabbages, and you will see kadi patta, and of course you will see the solar over here. So again, it's a point to note that as much as we can try and just lighten the load on nature. That's what we try to do through sustainable gardening. And our role as an urban gardener is just to sort of create an environment for all the species to come together to thrive, and it makes us feel connected that we are also part of this created universe. And gardening for me is a breath. And this is the Barbados cherry that I mentioned. And if you see the copper pods that you see at the back, those were also planted by us. So when the kids were little, these two potted copper pods and the one at the back were both planted. You can see the Barbados cherry fruiting. And this must be, I would think, definitely over 20 plus years that this tree's been here. So we've had, the garden also teaches you so much about change. Like over here in this space, we used to have bottle brush. At different times we've had Krishna Kamal going right up there. There have been times when all of this was full of bougainvillea. So one of the things the garden teaches you is sense of change, perpetual. And some of these are also quite old, like the Musanda is old, or this Tagar is old. So it's a mix of old and new plants. And of course when you work with gardener, like I've had a gardener earlier and now I have another one, they come in for a while and they have their own style, they have their own way of working. So you also get lessons in detachment, because otherwise it can be very, very frustrating. So many lessons all in all.